crunch time for the crude oil market. Guys, we have a really important 2 days coming up for crude oil. First up tomorrow is the next OPEC Plus meeting, and the cartel, which includes Saudi Arabia and Russia, don't forget, they're going to be discussing output cuts of some 10 to 15 million barrels per day. So big cuts potentially coming in this deal tomorrow. But, and there's a really important but, Saudi Arabia and Russia and the rest of the cartel, but mainly those two, have pretty much said that they're only going to do that cut if other major oil producers who are outside of OPEC Plus join in. Basically that means the US and Canada, because they're the two biggest oil producers outside of OPEC Plus. So are the US and Canada gonna cut? Well, Canada certainly have indicated that they would be willing to do production cuts. The US, this is where things get a little bit more tricky. So as a result of crude prices being as low as they are at the moment, in the 20s, many US crude producers can't actually make money. So what we've seen in the last couple of weeks, the last 3 weeks really, is a big drop in the daily output of crude in the US. So the latest data, which just came out today, showed that US production is already down by 600,000 barrels per day. So that's quite a big drop in US production. Now, the US sees that as a production cut, but the Russians, specifically the Russians, do not. The Russians say, hang on a minute, the market naturally taking its course, as in lower prices leading to lower supply, naturally, that doesn't count as a production cut. We want to see you cut production on top of what production has already come off because of low prices. This is where the US and the Russians and basically the rest of OPEC have their disagreement, and this is one of the key issues that we're going to be looking out for tomorrow. What do OPEC Plus, what are they going to say on this issue? How are they going to phrase it? Are they going to say, listen, we'll do these cuts if the US does these additional cuts to the output drop that we've already seen? And then, guys, on Friday, we're going to hear from the US and Canada and these other global producers, because the G20 energy ministers, they're all getting together to discuss, well, energy markets, but basically OPEC Plus and their cuts. So the next 2 days are going to be crucial, and basically it's going to be make or break again for crude prices, because if the US does agree to cut on top of what we all have already seen, it's going to be bullish for the crude market. Maybe not massively bullish, because 10 to 15 million barrels per day, considering we've lost 30 million barrels per day in oil demand, that's not really that bullish to just cut by 15 million barrels per day, but it's better than nothing. Equally, if the US does not commit to these additional cuts on top of the drop in production we've already seen, oil prices are going to get crushed, because that is going to completely break the deal, and we might see the Russians and the Saudis revert back to pumping all that crude, which just hammered the crude oil market. We could well see WTI crude slip below that $20 mark, which would be a big move. Guys, at Freak Network, we are going to be all over this theme tomorrow, and on Friday I'm going to be reporting on it, especially for the members. Check out our memberships. That is pretty much it from me for now, and I will see you in the next one.